The NFL is one of the biggest sports in America, where players earn millions and millions of dollars each year. Not every star spends wisely, however, as the following players display. Raghib Ismail. Raghib Ismail unfortunately fell for a typical get-rich-quick scheme. He invested his money into a project that was never even happening and squandered millions. He's been the subject of a Sports Illustrated article on athletes who blew millions and apparently wanted to be a small business owner after the NFL. Ismail is now a motivational speaker, making appearances for the Dallas Cowboys and giving motivational speeches about financial literacy and the value of teamwork. Muhsin Mohammed. Like others on this list, Muhsin Mohammed was skilled on the field, but was never seemingly given money management tips off the field. He ended up in credit card debt and started a record label that failed after his partner spent way more than they would make. Despite saying that he was going to settle down after the NFL, he was forced to sell his house. Thankfully, he's rebounded and is a franchise owner for the Wild Wing Cafe. Luther Ellis. Ellis reached 2 Pro Bowls as a defensive tackle, but unfortunately wasn't so lucky away from the football field. He squandered $11 million on poor investments that didn't pan out, leaving his family struggling to make ends meet. He's now taking part in the promotion of Fuel Up to Play 60, a children's health initiative supported by the NFL, which should help after his bankruptcy. Dermontti Dawson. Despite earning around $25 million during his time with the Steelers, Dermontti Dawson was reportedly in $70 million worth of debt back in 2010 due to several horrendous business deals. He spent several years as a real estate developer before declaring for bankruptcy in 2010, but is hopefully on the way up now. He's currently a part owner for an independent baseball team in Pennsylvania and has worked with the Steelers and the Bengals. Tiki Barber. Tiki Barber was a great running back for the New York Giants, but things didn't go well for him after pursuing a media career after his retirement. He was dropped from Football Night in America after doing a poor job and landed on the Today Show. After being fired for a morality cause as he left his pregnant wife for a young intern, Barber had to shell out loads in the settlement. He's now working on CBS Sports Radio, hoping to get back the money and the respect. Mark Brunell. Mark Brunell earned around $50 million during the NFL as a quarterback, but partly due to the failure of the Whataburger food chain, he's seen most of it flushed away. He invested in 9 business deals, 5 of which failed, leaving him to try cover loans, which put him even further back in debt. Like many former players today, you'll see Brunell on ESPN as an NFL analyst, which is maybe the first route he should have taken after leaving the game. Chris McAllister. Despite earning $50 million while with the Baltimore Ravens, Chris McAllister admitted he lives with his parents back in 2011. Yup, he's that broke. Unfortunately, when his dad played in the NFL, he didn't teach Chris how to deal with those paychecks. McAllister took a gig as a coaching intern with the Buffalo Bills back in 2014, working with the team during training camp and minicamp. Warren Sapp. Some people enjoy buying houses and sneakers, and then there's Warren Sapp, who is going broke from $60 million of earnings because of these habits. He officially filed for bankruptcy when he got into the construction business, which left him with $6 million in debt. He's also been fired from several analytics jobs with the NFL and may not be seeing another job after being charged with domestic violence. And most recently, he's been working as a high school football coach. Deuce McAllister. Deuce McAllister had all the talent in the world, which is why the Saints paid him $70 million. But what he did with that was anything but smart. Just 1 year after retiring, Deuce started a car dealership, which ended him with $7 million in the red. Not a good start. It got so bad that his house was put up for auction, but he's now a public speaker and does Saints radio broadcasts, working to gain back the money he unfortunately lost. Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens was a primetime player in the NFL and is famous for his great play and his entertaining antics. Once worth $80 million, Owens has gone downhill since, with a few of his condos having gone into foreclosure back in 2012. Terrell has tried his hand at reality TV, which backfired, and is now getting into modeling in an attempt to reinvent himself professionally. And that's it for our video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Sportster. And remember, if you ever make millions of dollars playing in the NFL, spend it wisely.